hope I'm audible and the screen is visible correctly. Yeah, so let's get started. So in the previous video, we've set up Firebase for us, the authorization part of it. If you haven't watched that video, please watch that. And this is the UI that we created where you can enter the email, password, and there are validation also. So if you enter email something like this, let's go together at dev.com, right? Something like this. And you can, if you don't pass the correct email, okay, and if you click on sign up, it will say invalid email address, and you will also get the password validation. And the password also, if you just write password, right, just sign up, you still get the valid, right? So even if you write this correctly, you sign up, email is correct, but the password is wrong, because if you see the password is not using 8 characters minimum, 1 uppercase, 1 lowercase, 1 number, 1 special bit. So let's create that password. So hello world, this will contain all of this, and the hide and unhide is also working. And click on sign up, and this does the sign up for us, right? So let's do one thing. So when the sign up is done, let's put a snake bar. So our sign up will be done here. Validate and email. This will get the string, right? If it is successful or not, we get the email. If it's not, null. So let's put here scaffold. So this is how you bring up a snake bar from the scaffold manager. So let's just scaffold. Why am I not getting a recommendation? The code analyzation is not working fine. We need to get the scale. Wait for a second, let the auto completion things come up so that it becomes easy for us. Scaffold messenger, this one of context dot show snake bar. Something like this. It says don't use build context accessing gaps, try rewriting the code to not use the build context or with the mounted check. So why is this coming? So it says the framework calls this method in a number of different situations. So 1 second, it says it needs to be mounted, so we'll construct that, but for now let's create the snake bar. So show snake bar, and we can just put the content is signed in successfully, right? So we'll put text signed in, or else we can registered successfully. If I can this is the correct spelling, and put a const here. Yeah, this one, run this, and if mounted. What is mounted mean? Whether the state object is currently in a tree. This is how you see, right? If it says here like guarded by a mounted check. state context with mounted checker. Okay, let's see this on Chrome so that we fix this once and we know what the region is. Spring Chrome, put this. Don't use build contact across any landscape. I have noticed a few lint issue in my project. Yes, we are also encountering this issue. This one, and mounted properties now officially build context, so you can check it from 3.7 plus. Okay, what version of Flutter are we in currently? Let me check my Flutter version. Okay, version. We are on 3.22. Okay, so this can work for us. Mountain properties now officially build context, so you can check it from anywhere. This comes from stateful state or from stateless widget for storing context in description classes. A best practice, you can now check it safely after an async call like this. In stateful or stateless or any class of the build context. Okay, it says something like this. Context.mounted. Okay, so I think this will work for us now. Image. So now if you do something like context.mounted, so whether the widget in this context associated is currently mounted. Okay, let's run this and let's do one more. Let's do one more if it's the else condition, right? And we'll show the error also. And here in the snack bar, I think we can pass color also, right? Yeah, background color. We'll do colors dot green. And the same thing here. We'll do colors dot red. Okay. Colors dot red. And here let's. So in this register with email pass, we are doing try catch block, right? And we can do one thing. This is in the debug. Okay, we'll get this in the debug print, so we don't have to worry for this, and we can just say something went wrong. Something went wrong. Something like this, and yeah, let's try out now. So try to sign up once again. It says ignoring header, error getting abstract operation. It says registered successfully, where else we already used this, right? Once. So if this is already used, we should get an error saying like this email was already used or something like this, right? So what does create user definition says? Tries to create a new user account with a given email address and password. Email already in use. Throw if this already exists in an account with a given email address. Throw if the email address is not valid. Okay, it should throw an error, it says, right? Let's run once more. Yeah, something went wrong. Yes, we get the error if you see on the debug. The email address is already in use by another. Okay, so we can do one thing. We'll try to catch this error. Okay, so let's make some changes to our register with email and pass. So here Firebase auth exception. Okay. Let's see. So we'll do on this. If there is an just so if this comes here, right? 1 second. Let's see what do we get in the details. Debug print. Okay, something like this. Let's see what errors can we get. Reload the page. Let's go together at dev.com and hello world. So this email should be used and it should throw an error. Okay, let's see. Sign up. This is what we get. The email address is already in used by another account. Okay. So one second. So how do you know which is the message part and this one, right? So what does he provide us? This is the type, right? And let's try to print this type once and see what we get. Debug print. Type dot the string. This is what I get. We get the message, code, okay, the code and message, right? So I think we can put the code here. Can we? The getter code is a defined of type object. How do you put a type to this? Debug print e dot run type to string. Let's see what we get with this. Okay, reload the page. Let's copy the email so that we don't forget, and reload the page. Put the same email. Let's go together at github.com, password. Sign up. It says successful. Let's go. Okay, it will be successful because could not paste it correctly. Let's call this once again. Yeah. Give me a second. So the different type of error that can happen, right, are this. Email already in use, invalid email, operation not allowed, weak password, right? And if you see, we get something like this. So we can do one thing actually. So when we get this, right, on Firebase exception here, if you can pass the error directly into the function calling this, right, then this will be good. So if what happens if we put something like this? So we have a string called error. We'll have a map, okay, then of type string and dynamic, and we'll pass here response equals this, and first one will be status. This is by default false, and message by default null. Okay, something like this. And here we can make this response dot status equals to true. Okay, something like this. And if it's true, we can also pass one more thing called the grad. By default this is null, and here we can say response grad equals to grad. Okay, something like this. And these two places it's false, so here the message can be something like response message something like a dot to string dot split and use the second one. And here we can use just use something went wrong. Okay, something like this, and here we'll return the response. And instead of future map string, this will be future of map of string and dynamic. Okay, something like this. And here in the register this will change now, so this will be response and here we can say if now we know the response will have something called status, right? Response status. If the response status is success true, then this will run, or else it will run this. And in the text here we can pass the message response, remove the const, that's why you're not getting the recommendation, response, and here we can pass message. Okay, reload the page. One more time, let's go together at dev.com, put a password, hit sign up. Yeah, the email address is already used by another account. You can see this, right? That is correct, and this is working. And invalid email and others will be checking directly here, so it's hardly will get those errors. So yeah, this is what we wanted to check. So the email address is already in use by another account. Okay, at least this part is working. Now what we want to do, when you click on sign up, this is instead of sign up, let's make this registered. Okay, so first you register. When you click on this page, if it's successful, we want to go to the next page. In the next page we want the username and other creds thing. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's in the views, right, let's create one more in the auth, that is first register, then sign in dot. Okay, let's create one more stateful widget, sign in view. Okay, and in the register, when it's successful, we will not show the snake bar now. We'll directly, if it's mounted, we'll go to navigator, dot of context, push replacement. Okay, push replacement will remove this, replace the current root of the network by pushing the given. So what push replacement is, you cannot come back. Okay, and we can do here material page route builder context, and here we'll pass the sign in view. Okay, for now let's make it constant and run this. So now when you click on register, if it's successful, you go to the next page. Okay, and the sign in view, let's create some things like we will need this text form field. So let's copy this text form field. Actually, let's copy this form element directly. Sign in, create a scaffold, body, children. I think we could just copy the register flow completely. Just copy the register flow completely. We'll remove the things that are not required. So just copy it here. And now for the first one, that is email. Email will make only read only. Okay, email will do read only to true, and here form key. Let's create one more global key here. So global key of type form key, global key of type form state. Okay, form state, create this, and we'll put the form key here. That's correct. Yes, you can make this final. Okay, then email, this will be read only, so we need this email to be coming from somewhere. Then we'll need we don't need the validator here because this is read only thing. Obscure text, this will need, and we'll need all validator for password, but we'll create one more to create the username. Okay, so let's create one more text form field. Here, and put the sized box. And this will not be email, this will be username. This will not be read only. This will have a controller. Let's create two more controller now. So final text editing controller. First will be username controller. Text editing controller. Okay, this is one. Then we'll have password. We'll also have the email. Okay, so email controller, username controller, and password controller. And the username controller can come here. Do we want any validation on username? No, you can name anything you want, but yeah, we can limit the characters, right? So we have the validator. In the validator, this is email, password. Let's create one more validator, that is validate username. let me search a regex and I'll come back. Okay? Regex to allow at most 8 characters. At most 8 characters and give me a second. So seems like this is the largest regex we'll be creating, this one. So minimum only range of 2 to 8 characters. This is one what we'll do, and we'll put the validator here. Okay, like how do? We have a validator something like this, right? The text form field, where is the validator? This one. So here on the username also we'll have the same validator like this, and instead of validate password, it will validate username. Validate username, and here this will be username. Let's correct the names also, username, and in the auth also we need to make this username. Okay, so the validation for username will work like this, and now let's create a dispose and let's dispose all of them. Email controller dot dispose, same like this. That is username also will get disposed, and password will also get disposed. But here what we want is we want to get the two things. The email and the username should be coming from the first page, okay, so that we know this was successful. So what we can create here two fields, final email, username, okay, and both of them will be required. So we'll do require this dot email and required this dot username, final of type string. Okay, and here on the email we can pass text, just write widget dot, or 1 second, the instance member widget cannot be accessed and initialize it or represent the instance member with a different expression. So seems like we need to put this in the init state then. this will work most probably. Yeah, and we'll put this here, put this here, put this also here. We'll make all of this let, so that we initialize this in the initializer, and instead of final, okay. So here it will work, and in the username also will pass the text. This is by default thing, okay. So if you want to pass something by default, then you can use this username. And there is one more thing, the boolean, the hide password thing, right? So if you see in the password, right, we have something called hidden password that will make our password to hide and unhide thing, right? So by default, password will be hidden. Okay, so what this will do is, so whenever you type password, you can't see the password directly. And let's call this. So we're doing the same thing like what we did in the first video, okay. The validator isn't defined for the type state tag. Why does it say this? It will do the same thing here. Form key. Yeah. And here we don't need this. And on press also it will not stay same, right? Now on press will change, and let's remove the on press thing completely. And let's import a package called developer. Import dot developer as dev. Okay, and here we can write the log. Dev.log is valid or to string, something like this. And now we'll get an error here on this because we haven't passed the email and username, right? So remove the constant, and here put email, and here the email can be response and the cred. And if you see this, right, on the repository, the user credential, this can have these things, right? So one second. So user credential is this, and you can get user, yes, and what can the user, what can the user use? User can, let's see how we can get the email directly here itself. So the cred dot credential dot, on sign in key, we want the use email ID actually. So user dot email. Okay, we can get the email something like this. So it will be users dot email. So user dot email, and for username it will be the same thing. except that we want to only get 8 characters, right, of the username. So size to 8 characters. Let's see, there's a substring on dart. Let me see how substring work here. So substring 1 outline 0 to 9 or something like that. The username. So by default, what we can do is we need to check this then, right? So if your email ID is less than 8 characters, then this will fail, right? So we can do something like this. So if email dot length is less than 8, then username equals to the complete thing. Less than equal 8, then we'll take the complete thing and string username equals to empty for now. Something like this, or else we'll just substring it. Username equals email dot. Okay. Substring from 0 up to 0 to 8, that is 8 characters. 8 will not be counted, right? So 0 to 7, something like this. And here this username we can use it here, right? Let's see if this work. So how this should work now is, so when you sign up, if it's successful, we register. If the status is correct, right? Here if you see in the repository, we pass the status to be true, right? Status is false by default, but if you are in try block and successful, we pass it true. So if it's true, then we'll push you to sign in view, and in the sign in view, this is the view that you'll be getting, right? Okay, let's try out. Reload the page. Done. And let's put a different email. Let's code together at hello.com. This is a new thing, right? And we'll do hello world. Click on register. Yeah. Now if you see, the email did not work. Why didn't the email work? The email did not work because we haven't put the controller on email actually. Controller and email controller. Yeah, we'll get the email, but you cannot edit the email. Okay, the email will be not editable, but you can edit the password. You need to put the password and put the username and click on sign in. Okay, and here we'll click sign in, something like this. So now what will happen is, so you cannot go back, that is one thing. So when you register, the second thing you'll be getting is this screen where the email will be pre-filled for you is not editable, but you need to add an username and the password also, right? Password, because you have already set a password, right? So you need to put the password and click on sign in. I think this is a good flow, right? And you click on sign in. If it's successful, you go to the home page, right? Okay, I think this will work for us. So now let's do one thing. Let's create the sign in flow. In the repository, this is create it's registered with email pass, right? No, let's create one more called static. So by default this should return let's return it true and false for now. So future of type boolean. Okay, and here we can sign in with email and pass, and there are required field here. So required string email, required string password. Okay, let me put this emulator down. We don't need emulator for now. So you need to enter this, and by default it will pass false, that is it's not successful. What did we do wrong? We did not put the async. Okay, and now we need to do the same thing as the previous one. We need to get the instance of Firebase and use the function of sign in with email and password. Okay, so let's get the instance, and here we can do auth dot sign in with email and pass. So this will do sign in, and let's see the function what sign in does. So if you read this one, right, attempts to sign in a user with given email address and password. If successful, it also signs the user into the app and updates. Okay, so when you click on sign in, it will also, you can also keep a listener on this, and this will reload the page, but we don't want to go to that flow because we'll already be moving to the next page. You must enable email password across. Okay, this is done, and wrong password also we'll be getting this, right? So let's put the same try catch block like we did for this. So here seems like we already had written that earlier. Remove this. We've already written this, right? So since we are repeating the response, let's create one thing, and let's create a class called response. And here first is boolean, that will be status. Then we have a string of type message. Then we'll have the cred can be a null, right? So credentials, right? So we'll go CRET. One second, let me go to the user credentials, and here if you see the okay, we will be getting the user credential, right? So let's put it here, something like this, and whenever you create, all of these fields are required. So required this dot status, required this dot message, required this dot credentials. Okay, and here what we can do, instead of map of this, we can do map of response, right? Or we can do future of response. Okay, Firebase auth response. Instead of this, let's make one thing. Instead of response, let's write Firebase auth response, something like this. And here we can write Firebase auth response, type response equals to status equals to false, message by default is empty, and this user credential is null by default. Okay, it's not a required field. Now response dot status, response dot cred, response dot message. It becomes easier for us, right? Similarly on this register app also, just write status dot cred, something like this, and user email or it's false. Okay, or else false won't work because this one, right? Can be by the receiver can be null. Okay, something like this. So this email is not null, right? But we're already checking it here, right? How many things do we need to check? Why can't we do this? Can be unconditional invoke because the receiver can be null. Okay. So the problems it comes when you start using type, but yeah, it will help us. This is one, and similar thing will go here. Here in the credential, if you see, we only need the email thing, right? So why do you pass so much things here? We don't need the user credential, it can only be string. Just use the email, that's it. Something like this, and here grad dot credentials dot something like this, so we get the email directly. We don't have to bug around. Something like this. And this, and similarly here also, we just need the email and we will get the email. Okay, this should work for us. And here response, we get the message is dot message. Okay, the reason why we wanted to do this, because on this also we'll need the same thing, right? So here also we'll pass Firebase auth response. Okay, and here also if you see, we'll create a response field. So final Firebase auth response of type response equal to Firebase auth response, status false by default, message empty by default. And here you can pass response dot status equals to true, that is successful, right? And response dot email equals create dot user dot email, something like this, and the same thing will come here. And here we can just return the response. This should work fine for us. And in the sign in flow, when you click on sign in, this should call Firebase auth repository. Sign in with email pass, and this will be email controller.text. Password controller.text. And but we also have a username, right? So we need to first update the username. So how do you update username? So auth dot update update display name after you create this site. So here what we can pass is if this is successful, then let's do one more called string username that is not required. Username can be value of not because of its type, and here we can do something like if username is not equals to null. So now since after this the user will already be created, right? So, and it will also put it on the user. So you can do auth dot current user dot update display name, and here we can put the username. And auth dot current user not equals to null. It says like if the sign-in is successful, attempt to sign in the user is successful, it also signs the user into the app and updates this one, right? So we are assuming that after this is done, the current user will also have this user already been here, so that we can update the name, right? Let's see. If it goes wrong, then we'll definitely get it wrong, right? So let's see. Reload the page. Let's bring up the emulator. Okay, so there is still one problem. Like if the user already has an account, they want to sign in, right? They don't want to go, the username should not be there, right? So the username should only be there if you go from registered to there. Okay, so in the sign in we can do one more thing. Don't make this as required, and here you can just do string, right? So this is not a required, and this may be null. So if this is null, then we don't get the username controller. So we can put this in this email username. We don't want this username to be coming if it's null. Just put a container with anything, or else put this. So if you don't invalid type, why does it say invalid type? Can't you unpack a list like this? Okay, I thought this should work, right? So this says widget, list of widgets, right? Why doesn't this work? seems like it does not work. Okay, let's search on Chrome some things. So let's go Chrome. Flutter. Optional widgets. Flutter for children. Let's go to the latest to see if there is any answers. Okay, this one. So if you need to write if blocks, so no one is writing on Flutter 3 actually. These are all part of Flutter 2, right? There was something that came up actually. I forgot. So this was close. Did someone do anything? To be fair, that specific case would probably be transformed into if condition this. Null value list this and control flow collection does not get possible. It's not possible to check the return the value function with the temporary variable without the syntax for excluding nulls in arrays. Literally something like seems like there is no other way. We have to use this if block only, but this unpacking of list is not working for now. So seems like we can do something like this. So if you put this text form field, and we can write something like if block, if which is dot username is not equals to null, and this will run. So you don't need the else clause things. Okay. Can you put this element type list? Okay, I'm not doing list. Can I unpack it? No. Yeah, it works here. Interesting. It did not work on when we use the ternary thing, right? So here it worked. So what we wanted to achieve is like when you go from register to sign in, the username should be coming up. But if you directly go to sign in, because some user may already be registered, they just want to sign in. So let's put a button here under the register, right? Under the register column, we can actually this is the form, right? So after the form we can put a children, So we can put a text already registered, something already registered, something like this, and we'll put a button here, and you can click on this and go to sign in, right? Let's make a row of this. Okay, create a row and children, put this, and we also put an icon, and that icon start text, and let's make this sign in. So if you click on this sign in, and this sign in we can put in gesture detector, right? Gesture detector, on click, on tap, just use this, right? Go here without the username, and on sign in go without the email also, actually, something like this. And the sign in cannot also have the interesting, so we cannot even have the email also here. Some more condition will be coming up actually now. So we cannot even have the sign in if you pass this. So widget dot email equals to not equals to null and true, false. Here on the register we can just call this with constant. How does this look? Sign in, style, text style, color start blue, font size 24. Where I put the style card. Something like this, and wrap with padding, symmetric, horizontal of 8. Axis alignment to center. And put a size box of height. What is the height that we are following? 16. Something like this. Let's make all this constant so it looks better. Save this. So now this is how it works. So if you click on sign in, right, you go here, right? Similar, this also should have no account registered or something like this, right? Or else no. We'll add an animation. Okay, so this should not be like how it comes up now, right? Like there is no animation. We'll have a what to say, a right to left animation, so that this looks better. So when you click on sign in, if you don't pass any of the field, right, and you click on sign in, this comes up. Okay. I think this is good. Or instead of this so much of this padding, we could just use text button, and this could be for us. Text button. So instead, if you use text button, right, you don't even need all this gesture detector and all of this thing. So here in the child, you can just pass it. The same of the styling also, because we are going on default for everything. And this on pressed. This also should work for us. You get a sign in, right, and you can click on this actually. So we will need some styling actually. Text style, font size 24. Okay, yeah, you can just click on this right now. So I think this should work for us. And let's put some commas. Click on sign in, and if you go to this page, okay, this works for us. So we did not use any gesture detector. So this is a button, so the on tap things will work, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's see. When we just register one and click on sign in, let's see if our username and all this works. So let's register with the new user ID. So we'll do let's code together at youtube.com. Okay. And for the password, the same thing, very secret password. And if you want to do a secret password, click on this, you can see the password. Okay, click on register. If it's registered, it will go to that page. Okay, registration is successful, that's why you come to this page. The email is read only because it's after registration. The username you have to enter. So let's go together and put the password. If you enter wrong password, this will throw an error, right? So let's handle that. In the sign in, when you click sign in with this one, and this will return the response, right? Final response. This will return the response, and this response is type of Firebase authorization that we created. So it will have status, response.status. We need to use a bit. Response.status. That is, if it's successful, then it's fine. Or else we'll show the same error as this, as the snack bar thing, right? For now, let's put in the correct one also. So here, instead of red, it will be green, and the message can be successful. Okay, something like this. And all of this will only run if it's valid. Okay. If it's valid. If it's valid, is not equals to null. And it's valid. Okay. What is it? Okay. If it's not only then, this all of this should be running. So Let's put all of them here. Put this here. Save it. Okay, I think we have handled most of the things, and let's put a password of wrong password. Okay, we'll not do hello world, so we'll do hello there. So in the register we did hello world, now we did hello there. Let's see if it works. So click on sign in. Yeah, that password is invalid, or the user does not have a password. Okay, that's fine for us. Something like this. Okay, this is correct. And what if we do the correct one? Hello world. This was our secret password, right? Click on this, hit sign in. Yeah, successful. That works. And did the username also get updated? That we need to check. Let me check on my Firebase. Okay. Give me a second. Let's try to get we can get the display name, right? So let's try to put that in the top and see if it works. In the column, let's put a text, and let's do Firebase auth dot instance dot current user dot display name. No name. Okay. Yeah, it says no name for now. But that should not be the case, right? Because if you see here, we do this update display name, right? Let's see if this event got executed. Debug print updating username. Reload the page. Let's put an easy thing now. One more time. I think we have the no. So it will be let's code together. Did I mention that? Let's code together at github.com. Something like this. And the password, the same secret password, that is hello world. Register. Registration successful. That's why we are here. Now the username we have put it here, right? We need to see if even if this is getting executed. Let's put the password. Hello world. Click on sign in. Now if you say the username does not get updated because the thing is not okay, since this takes some time, right? So what happens is this line does not get even executed here. So how do you update the display name then if it does not execute on the same API call? Or else we need to remove the username from here, but I don't want to break this flow. So how do you update the username? So when you click on sign in, it sign in here, but it takes some couple of seconds to notify that the instance was created and it updates, right? So then you don't get this. But if I reload the page, then if I refresh the page, no, we don't even get this yet. So you're saying this is still not available. So this is not working out for us. Can't we update the display name without signing in, because we are already created the user? So auth dot confirm get reports and subproperties. We need to get the current user to update. But current user won't be available before sign in, right? When you sign in, only then the current user, you get the current user. And the credentials, can we do anything? Credentials dot user dot, we can only get, we can't update anything. Okay, we can actually. If you see here, if you get this, we can update the display name. So the user contain additional information users. Interesting. So you can do something like this: create dot user, right? Create dot user, something like this, and here we can do create dot should work for us. And here, instead of the email, let's see if we can create dot user dot display name. So in the sign in, this will return null. Okay, this we cannot do anything. So when you need to sign in, here you get the response. The response status is successful, that means it's done successful. And here successful for, let's see if we get it, response.email. Here the email, yes, email is not the email. Okay, here the email will be, if you see in the repository, right? In the email, we are trying to pass the display name to see if it works. Let's see if this works for us. Reload the page. We'll keep the email simpler this time. code@hello.com. Password, the same password. Register. Okay, we are here, and the username, let's code together. So here, if it's successful, then here our name should be coming up, right? And here let's do hello world. Okay, I hope the password is correct. Okay, let's clear this. Sign in. Only range of 2 to, okay, you cannot put too many. Let's code. Okay, let's code is what the username should be. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, I think at least this should work. No, successful for null, it says. So why is this block not working for us? One more time. It's getting late. Let's put in log so that we import dot developer stack. Instead of development, we'll use devlog. So that dev.log .log. You can see it to filter out below the page. Export from that lets.com. Password same. Click on register. After this, it's correct. Then let's put code all in caps. Password to be hello world. Click on sign in. So create user is not null. Because we are not awaiting step, but so username sign in with email and pass, right? Cannot. Oh god. You're not even passing username. How will that even work? Username controller.text or else. We cannot directly pass text because this can also be null, right? So we can do something like this. If there is no username, check dot username. Is not equals to null. Pass this or I'll just pass null. Click on sign in. Create user is null, false, collaborating user. Size means support mail.com. Register. Password is hello world. Sign in. It says updating, but don't update. Because this is still this one, right? But if I do auth.update current user dot update display name, okay, this will also not reload the thing actually. So it is updating. Update the username, update this. What does it say? It's not implemented. Okay, seems like it will be hard for us to get the display name. Won't actually. Instead of CRED, if we start using the auth, right? Auth dot instance current user dot display name. I think we'll get this. Let's see. Let's see. Reload. Yes, we do get it, you see. Okay, seems like it's working for us now. That is what we wanted to achieve. Now we have to create so when you click on the sign in, if it's successful, you go to the main page, right? So let's make that the sign in. If it's mounted, just do the same thing as what register was doing. Navigate. But instead of this, you have to go to my homepage. Okay, context. Put a const. So if you click on sign in, if it's successful, it takes you here. That is what we wanted to use, and here instead of user, let's try to make this in the home, right? Let me search where we use this. Okay, here salutation. It is a state provider. We can do this, so we can add something like this is not final. Okay, this is not the implementation. We just will change it after some time. Firebase auth dot instance. Okay, and we can auth, and here in the salutation we can just write something like auth dot current user dot display name, something like this, right? Yeah, and we get the name here. So we'll have to make some changes now since the complete flow is done. Now we'll start integrating it with river pods so that we can remove the state and all that. We also have to add some animation. And if you see, I've been thinking of making this, instead of putting in this pill shape, right? I want to make this in this boxy shape. So yeah, we'll be looking into this, and I think that should be it for today. I hope you learn a little bit of Firebase with Flutter with me, and yeah, that should be it for today. Thank you for watching. See you in the next.